Hey guys, happy Wednesday. I wanted to record a little video about the performance that is due on Friday, your performance of Jabberwocky. A few weeks ago or a month ago, I guess, we did a performance of a pantomime that focused only on the physical, no voice. And this performance is just the opposite. It's only going to focus on the voice, no body. I won't even see the way you're moving. So it's entirely about your vocal range and the different elements, the volume, the pitch, the tempo, the quality, the articulation, all those things that we've gone over, right? When I name them off in a different order, I can't remember which one I'm leaving out. So you're going to need to reference the voice slideshow, which is in your week 14 folder, which is the one you're working in. And last night, I had you guys post your scored script. So you took Jabberwocky, which the link is in here on page 15 or slide 15. There's a link here to the script for Jabberwocky, which is written by Lewis Carroll, the same guy who wrote Alice in Wonderland. So you've got everything you need right there. A few people emailed me and said that their printer wasn't working, and so they just did it digitally. And if you do it digitally, you're going to lose points. Remember, you can always handwrite this, or you can print it out on a printer. But the idea is that when you're scoring your script, you've got it right there in your hand, and you can write and you can draw and you can circle and underline, and it's just not as easy to do that in a Google Doc. So make sure that you print it out or handwrite it, and then go through. You've got space on here to write in between the lines, and think about what you were doing when you were scoring your monologue. You're trying to get into the head of the character, and in this case you've got characters, and then you've also got this story that's being told. Try to get in the head of that story, and also really look at the words that are being used. Some of them are nonsense words, but the sounds that you're making, the s sound versus the k sound, those are very powerful tools for you as an actor. So go through, score your script. You were supposed to post that last night. Now that you've scored a script, one of the things I asked you to do was to incorporate 6 different elements into that script. And if you go into the voice assignment, you'll see that, or the slideshow, you'll see that. There's also the voice assignment on Schoology, and in the performance assignment, I list them all again. So make sure that when you're performing it, that you're using these, that you're incorporating a dramatic pause somewhere, a crescendo, an increase in volume as you go along in the thing, whatever. A decrescendo, which means a decrease in volume, where you're getting quieter. A place where your tempo quickens, and you can do these more than once, right? It doesn't just have to be one and one only. You might find several places where you have a crescendo, several places where your tempo quickens, several places where your tempo slows. And then make sure that you show us 2 different voices, right? That you've got one quality and another quality. Maybe one is nasally and one is gruff. One is incredibly slow and kind of muff, not articulate. And the other one is very precise as it's telling the story. Right? I don't know. I'm pulling this stuff off the top of my head. But make sure that you incorporate those, because those are a major part of your grade. I bring that up because during the pantomime, there were several of you who did not incorporate the 6 things that I told you to incorporate, the items that you were supposed to pantomime. I said, choose 3 from this list and then come up with 3 of your own. And there were several places where I was watching and I was like, they didn't do those. So make sure that you incorporate these 6 elements into your performance. When you do your performance, you will go to submit assignment, and then click on the little microphone icon. And I showed you guys how to do that when you were doing your very first voice exercise assignment. So look back, it's probably in week 12, maybe week 13. But go into those video recordings and look for the video that shows you how to do that if you don't know how to do that already. Or you can ask somebody else who's done it. All right, so everything's right there in your Schoology. I also have the rubric that I'm going to use to grade. Sometimes I am not really good about getting that rubric to you before you perform, but this time here it is. This is how I'm going to grade it. I'm going to go through and I'm going to click the box that applies to your performance, and that will calculate your score. So the one that you're looking at shows one that gets a perfect score. Down here, let me go ahead and mark all these off. If all of these are marked off, then you'll get a 12 for the required elements. But read through these and maybe even before you post, look through to say, which one would describe me and describe my performance here? I actually think it's a 3 instead of a 5, or I think it's a 1. Okay, I need to redo that. Before you perform on Friday, before you record it, go through and do those exercises. Do the pitch exercise, do the articulation exercises, play around with the emotion wheel. Do those things to get your voice moving and reaching into all its possibilities before you record it. Just like before you go play a baseball game, you need to go and run some laps and do some push-ups and do some stretches before you actually get up to the plate. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. The last thing I want to mention, and we'll go over this tomorrow during our meeting at 10 o'clock, is the second semester virtual classes are going to look very different. One is there are no advanced drama virtual classes in Madison City Schools next semester. I have a link here. It's in the updates for the class, the theater options for spring 2021. You can see that the only virtual option is beginning drama theater 1. That's the only one that's virtual. We also have an in-person version of that. So if you know someone who wants to take beginning drama in person, that's cool. It will be offered in person. But it will be offered virtually, and it's the only drama class that will be offered virtually. All of these other classes, you have to take them in person. Now, if you are going to be a virtual student next semester, you're like, wait, I want to be a virtual student. Well, you need to send an email to this email address right here, and all of this is in this letter. You can read it over yourself. That says, I'm going to be a virtual student, but I want to take this class, this theater class, face-to-face. And what that would mean is that you physically have to come to school to take that drama class, even though your other classes you're staying home for. So if you don't send an email specifically requesting that, and you request to be virtual, they will kick your drama class off your schedule because they don't know that you want to make an exception for drama. All right. So read over this letter. I've even got kind of a template here for you. You could copy paste this into an email, type in, I'm Joe Schmo in 12th grade. I'm requesting to take advanced drama. And you could put that and then send that to that email address so that they can make sure that your schedule is accurate. One thing that you need to read over also is the explanation from Dr. Nichols about the virtual classes. This year, it was very free form. Some of you never attended a live session, never. And you have your reasons for that, but next semester that will not be allowed. Next semester, you have to log in at the beginning of the block. You have to follow the teacher throughout the class. And it won't be set up like it was this semester. So Read over that explanation. You may or may not like it. It may or may not work for you. I know some people chose virtual this semester because they wanted to work, or they just wanted to have a flexible schedule and get up at 4 in the afternoon and then do their work. For some students, virtual has really worked, and for other students, it has not. A lot of students have really floundered because it was so loose. It was so flexible. It did not have much structure to it. Um, and a lot of students really struggled with that. They needed more structure. So Madison City is making some changes. Make sure that you read over them before you choose virtual next semester so that you can make sure that what you're choosing is what you really want, what will really work for you. It won't look like it did this semester. So read over that information and let me know if you have questions. Some of your questions, you'll have to send them straight to Dr. Nichols, but I will share with you the information that I have. Anyway, I'm going to let you go so you can get working on your Jabberwocky performance. I felt like there was one more thing that I wanted. Oh, tomorrow when we meet at 10 o'clock, I will ask, we'll go around and we'll do some of the poem together. And so as you're playing around, you might have a certain section that you specifically want to do for us. But I will ask for everybody to unmute at some point so that we can hear some of your reading before you actually post a reading on Friday. Thanks, guys. I'm going to let you go. Bye.